Hi everyone, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Tuesday, the 21st of January 2020. It's a pleasure to be with you today. I think this is called the Lover's Tarot. This is the deck that I'm going to be using for today. So I'm just going to shuffle the cards a couple of times here. And then I'm going to pick 3 cards to give me an insight into what Tuesday, the 21st of January is all about, and how you can use the energy that's available to you to have an amazing day. So let's have a look. We've got Triumph. That's wonderful. We've got the 2 of Coins. And we've got the 7 of Staves, which is the 7 of Wands. Okay, so the World, Triumph, is usually known as the World card in other decks because it's the final card of the major arcana and it's completion. It's going through the Fool's journey. It's interesting because we had the World finish things yesterday. The reading, I think, was the World was at the end, or we had it recently. But there's something about completing a cycle within yourself, an emotional cycle, a cycle of going inwards and trying to figure things out. And that comes to an end and that comes to a completion stage. And in this deck, what's interesting is that they have the World behind them, but Dionysus and Ariadne, they are absolutely in love and they have found themselves. Unfortunately, I don't know their story, but I would imagine that they were separated at some point and now they found each other again. Triumph, and it's in love. So you come to the end of this journey within yourself, trying to figure things out. Do I love myself? What am I going to do with the way I feel about myself? Having learned the things I've learned over the last couple of days and weeks. And what do I want my future to look like? Am I going to keep juggling things as they are and not make any changes to my existing life? Because that makes sense, actually, because we all think, oh, we're going to win the lottery. And once you win the lottery, then your life is transformed and you're going to run off to Disneyland and your whole daily routine changes. Well, for people who create wonderful lives for themselves without winning the lottery, they do that steadily and gradually. And it makes sense that if you go to the 21st card of the major arcana and you've gone through every aspect of life and you feel complete in terms of something you've been searching within. So what am I going to do work-wise? Who is it that I love? Where should I be on this planet? Where can I find my true love? So we've had all of this watery energy in January, allowing us to look within, and people who complete things and go through every stage do that because they tend to juggle the circumstances that are thrown at them, and they not only manage to juggle those things, but they're able to overcome obstacles and go even further. And that's why you reach the end. So today is a battle, in a sense, of having the additional power to make a life change, which is going to be steady, consistent, and has a solid structure and foundation, and it's going to be there for the rest of your life. So today is another day where you can make one of those huge decisions. Look at him. He has a halo around his head and he's in hell here almost with this dragon attacking him. And he's trying to protect himself. The Seven of Staves is about pushing forwards despite incredible odds, even if things seem insurmountable. His halo indicates that he has seen the light. He understands. He knows. And that halo is round the same way the world is round. And that halo is there because he's come to a completion point within himself, which makes him holy. Do you see that kind of aura around the world? It makes him holy because, or it makes you holy today because you realize that you're complete within yourself. You don't need anything else externally to be happy. You don't need to achieve anything or prove yourself to anybody. All you need to do is focus on getting what it is you want. What is the end goal for you? Is it the love of your life? Is it living in this part of the world in a giant mansion? Is it triumph in finances and being very, very wealthy and prosperous so that you can continue to travel the world for the rest of your life? Whatever the end game is for you, so the ultimate dream at the end, where do you want to end up? And make that something positive, something that you haven't had before, something that you would only dream of. And today you'll find yourself pushing forwards and pushing towards that goal, even if it seems totally impossible. You'll be able to handle your existing responsibilities, but what you're able to do is to add more love into your life by asking yourself, where am I supposed to be once I've completed my hopes and dreams and desires? What is that going to look like? You'll see what that looks like. You say, oh, wow, that looks like a wonderful life. It encourages you to push over any obstacle that stands in your path, and your reach is much greater than it usually is, because not only can you sort out and create major balance in your life the way it is now, but when you look within yourself, or you look at yourself, and you've been doing that for a while, and you now start to take action on that knowledge, you're going to be faced with other people pushing back, obstacles. It could be that you don't have the right certificate to do something, or that the money isn't there to fund this project that you're trying to do research on the North Pole. It will seem very, very difficult. But as long as you look inside yourself and you say, well, I have this hope and dream and desire for a reason, and it's been with me for a while, so I'm going to honor it. When you turn this card around, you see the number 8. And 8 is about strength and power. So you have the power not only to slay the dragon and to move forward. What you're able to do is you are so enlightened, you're able to soothe the dragon and be friends with him and make him one of your guides. When there is enlightenment as such, you stop seeing yourself as separate, me versus them, me against the university, me against the world. I'm nobody's child. It's just that when you realize that everything is one, there's not going to be conflict. There is no pushing against or trying. Once you realize who and what you are, you manifest your circumstances and your situations And this situation, you can really turn around. You make this a friend of yours, and having him on your side and continuing forward means that you not only have your own power and your own understanding of what you want your life to be like, but you also have huge support, huge fiery support. Having a dragon as a pet is a really good bodyguard. So this is really a day where you're supposed to take action. And I think there are two things that you really, really want to achieve, or there are two things that you really want to triumph in. One is the long-term goal that you absolutely love and that you really, really dream of. So let's say you're 50 and you work in corporate type of work in London, and you say, my dream has always been to own a little villa in Ibiza, and that's where I'm going to retire, and that's where I'm just going to read and swim and have a lovely time. Okay? But right now, as a 50-year-old, my current goal today is to complete this business transaction we've had with this person and to clarify all the misunderstandings and to actually get on the right page with the other person I'm working with. So we get all of the problems out of the way. Everyone understands what they're doing. So we've completed that part of the process. So we've signed the contract, we've agreed on the payments, and now we can actually go into printing. So that's what you're looking to do today. You're very good at problem solving today. You're not only able to overcome obstacles, you're able to help other people with their obstacles. You can get to a place of achieving your lifelong hope and dream and desire. And you're in a place where you can achieve short-term dreams and desires that you want to achieve in the here and now. But the main thing is that you are complete within yourself. And when you're complete within yourself, then all you can create is health, wealth, prosperity, abundance, love, friendship, joy, sunshine, happiness. Once you realize who you really are, then a dragon is a pet to you when you realize how powerful you are and how powerful each one of your words is. I've noticed that people who surround themselves with only positive things, who are very, very careful about what they let into their mind, so they will only watch happy romantic comedies on television, for instance, if they ever use that medium. Or they will only ever read a book that is constructive or that is positive. It's a love story. I've noticed that people who naturally consume that kind of media, they manifest similar circumstances. People who watch the news often get very depressed and manifest things in their own lives, or people who constantly read, true crime and horror films. That's meant to give you a little bit of a thrill and a kick when you go to the cinema, I guess. But when that becomes your norm, then you're just watching things where people are getting robbed, mugged, and there's crime going on all the time. And the reason I'm saying this is because this halo, this enlightenment, you understand what it is about yourself that hasn't quite worked until now, and that you can draw a line under. You can take her line and really finish it off and get clear on something that hasn't been in your mind before. You're able to now take action, physical, practical, in the here and now action to resolve an issue that you haven't been able to resolve before in the area of your love life, your hopes and dreams, your financial circumstances that are going to lead to realizing some of your hopes and dreams, and your hopes and dreams when it comes to relationships and love. So there's no way you're not going to triumph today, because you recognize your own power. And when you recognize your own power, you really don't have anything to worry about anymore, because you realize that the universe has these amazing things in store for you. And you don't need to handle everything by yourself. You're not alone. And that can appear today either as the right person coming along, or you having this awakening to realize that you're complete within yourself and that you understand what the universe wants you to do. So for instance, you've been searching for your job purpose for a long time, and today the penny drops for some reason. You work with your existing circumstances, but you also use your additional power to buy the ticket to the other part of the world so that you can go work over there. That has been a long-term dream and desire, and today you suddenly feel the power to do it. 21 and 2 is 23, and 7 is 30. 30 reduces to 3 in numerology, and 3 is about new beginnings. The way you think, so you become enlightened, you start to see the reality of what you're doing and your life and why it is the way it is. And it's about new beginnings and putting in the legwork now that you've realized what you are and what you've done or what's been in the past. And it's crystal clear today what direction you want to go in. And the day's energy allows you to make a fresh start, to make a new beginning for yourself, so that your circumstances become even more loving, so that this heart can go red as well. So have a wonderful day working towards your personal bliss. If you would like some help with that, or if you struggle to discover what your life purpose is or your life mission, what you're good at in terms of work, what's destined for you in love and romance, or what you ought to do with love and romance. What does it say in your birth chart about relationships and finance and what's coming up in future? Which areas of the planet are ruled by what energies? I can look at all of that in a personal reading because I use the tarot, astrology, numerology, and I also use my intuition. The astrology chart I draw up by using your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, then please order a chart rectification on the website. That's a process where I work out your time of birth. Once I have that, I draw up a snapshot of the sky at the moment you were born. That's your natal chart. And it's like the world card. I can see everything about you, and I can see the long-term hopes and dreams and goals, the short-term requirements, where you can use this energy to push through and to get into a new situation, into a state where you get to choose and you experience total freedom. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Like I said, if you would like a personal reading with me, then get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. When you're on the front page there, just click on the button to order your reading with me. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button and share the video online. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.